Hey folks, Carl here, and we've not released a few videos for a few weeks, so we've not been sitting idle. So here is a very quick bench update on what we've been up to. Okay folks, so like I say, there's not been a video for a couple of weeks, but we've not been sitting lazy on the bench. We have been doing some bits and pieces, and these builds have been just for me, and I've done another one for a friend at work. So what have we been doing? We have been working on AMT's Anakin's pod racer, and it's nearing completion. Got the two cables here. We've got the main body. Now this kit was started 19 years ago, and the boy that was making it put a few bits and pieces together, put some paint on it, but it was a little bit of a mess. So thankfully he'd used super glue, so it was easy enough to split up and break apart. He'd built half of the cab and half of one of the engines, so we broke it all down. We cleaned off the paint that he put on there. We used Tesco's, which is a local supermarket, and we used their multi-purpose cleaner. Now it strips the paint off pretty quick, but I left it for a few hours just to soak up and managed to strip it all off. So we've gone and rebuilt the pod. It's been painted up. Anakin is inside the cockpit, and the cockpit's all painted. The main body's been painted. All the gear for the connections has been painted up. Insides of here have been painted, but they are still masked off. Now the colour we used was a mix of Tamiya's X. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find the colours. Here we go. It was Tamiya's X11 and X13, so it was a mixture of X11 and X13. Now this bottle of X11 was almost complete, so all we did was we took a little bit out of here and put it into here and mix it up until we got this bluey metallic colour, which you can probably see in the bottle. It's the same colour in there, there's not a lot left. And then we put on the first decal, and the decals are obviously they're almost 20 years old, and it was difficult enough just to get them off the backing paper. We've gone and we've applied this decal, but it's crinkled, and no matter how much Microsol we've been putting on, it's not leveling out. So what I've done is I've started to sand it off, and it's actually given us an effect that it's actually starting to wear out. I don't know if you're going to make that out. It shines quite intense. So the rest of the decals are here. The others we tried to put on, they just literally would not come off the backing paper, and they just, once you manage to get a bit of it off, it just disintegrated. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave the more ones with the symbols and stuff in them and just completely leave them off. So we're going to put the stripes on the back, we're just going to mask off, and we'll use this blue, and I'm going to try my best to mask off this and cut out the shape, and we'll spray over the top of that as well. So that is where the pod is at the minute. So also we've been working on the engines, which are here. So again, they were stripped down, and then all the small pipe work and all the rest of it was put on. Now we went and we painted this in, what was the colour? So it was Amarillo Piedra, middle stone, the model colour. So we thinned that down and we sprayed the whole thing, which is this colour here on the nose. I then went and used Norman Denison's KitKat method of shining up these back engine parts on both of them. It turned out really nice, but it proved to be rather difficult to get in and amongst this metalwork with the KitKat wrappers. They just got ripped to shreds. So we gave a few light coats of Alcalad's black chrome over the rest of it. I then went over the parts I could get to again with the KitKat wrapper, just to shine them up a little bit more. So next with these, we've got to paint up all the pipework. So we'll be using some metallic metal greys, some coppers, some aluminium again, and we'll get all the pipework painted up. It's then ready to get these painted up, which we haven't touched yet. I'm going to spray them on here because they're easier to hold on to, and then just nip them off and touch them up where they need to, and they will get connected to the front. We've also got the base, which we are going to get some PVA on there, get some ballast on there and a few little stones to make it more look like it's in the desert on Tatooine or something like that. So that's where we are with the pod racer that we've been working on. All these pictures, by the way, are being posted up on Instagram, so some of you may already have seen them. So yeah, so what else have we been working on? We are also working on Tamiya's 3.7cm Pak 37. Now it's going to go on a diorama. So the main part of the build is complete. The gun itself is done. The figures are half built. We haven't put the helmets or any of the gear on yet, and the commander has to have his arms attached now. It's going to be awkward because he has to hold a pair of binoculars in there as well, and once he's holding on to the binoculars they actually sit in front of his face, so I don't know how to do that yet because it would make it difficult to paint. So yeah, so that's where we are with what we're building. There'll be a video in probably next week sometime of what we are going to be building next, so there'll be a what's next video coming up soon. So that's where we are with the builds. What's next coming soon. So what else have we been up to? So as you know, we've got a Facebook group called Making Models, group page. Membership is steadily growing, slowly but surely. We're sitting around about 240, 250 members at the minute, so I'd love you to come over, join in and share your works in progress, your completed builds, but most importantly any hints and tips you've got for other model builders that will help them to improve their model building. What else do we have? Of course, there's always the Saturday night hangout, which starts around about 8 o'clock UK time in the evening. We're getting quite a few people joining, but we'd like to see more. People seem to come in for a week, maybe two, and then we don't see them for quite some time or never again. So we have a good laugh, spend 3 or 4 hours just sitting, chatting, building models and talking nonsense basically, but it's good to talk with other people and you can ask questions and things like that while you're up to it. So yeah, so that is pretty much everything we've got for this bench update. There's nothing else. Oh, Telford is now only 3 and a little bit months away, so I shall hopefully be going to Telford. I'm about to move house as well in September, so slowly but surely all of this is going to start getting packed away and put into boxes ready for that move. So I'm going to try and get a few videos built up, completed, so, and put them on a schedule so they still get released while we're moving. So it's going to take probably 6 or 7 weeks by the time I've packed all this away, moved, got it all set up and ready to go. So that is us done. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Be good, be safe and keep making models. Oh, it's not there. Oh, of course, because that's the reason that isn't there anymore, is because I went and threw super glue all over it, so I'll need to replace it. So, oh, and if anybody wants a sticker, send me a message and I'll try my best to get some in the post to you. So, catch you next time. Ta-ta.